Hello everyone, I welcome you all on this YouTube channel UPSC Logic. This is me Rahul, and today we are going to cover the Hindu newspaper dated 22nd of October 2023, and we are going to cover the important news articles for your public administration optional for UPSC, CSE, state PCS and other competitive exams. So the first important news article that you need to relate with your public administration is given in this on your screen. So the article is talking about project Udbhav, and this project Udbhav is there to tap the indigenous military knowledge. So what you need to understand, you just need to understand that in your public administration paper 2 there is a topic called evolution of Indian administration, and under evolution of Indian administration we have colonial legacy etc. And here what we are doing is we are incorporating this evolution aspect in the law and order administration. So it is a sort of evolution where we are basically going back to the ancient time, or you can say we are integrating the ancient wisdom with the modern military pedagogy. So what you need to understand that we are basically targeting the colonial legacy. It is one of the target basically to shun this colonial legacy. It is one of the Panch Pran announced by Honorable Prime Minister on 75th Independence Day. तो 5 प्रण है, उनमें भी एक है कि colonial legacy से दूर हटना है. Similarly, evolution of Indian administration says that we have the Mughal administration, colonial legacy and the ancient administration. So this article is relevant for your evolution of Indian administration as well as for the law and order administration, or you can say the kind of security perspective of paper 2, where you can relate that how we need to integrate the, you can say, the ancient wisdom with the current or contemporary military technology. I hope you are getting, and if you want to read more about this article you can simply go to the PubedPedia. You can simply follow the link given in the description. So it is a channel called PubedPedia, which is a Wikipedia of public administration. More than 2900 members are there. So without boasting too much about it, you can see that yes, this is the article I shared today on 22nd October, and if you read the article that what are the relevance of this topic, so here you can simply see that it is synthesizing the ancient wisdom with the modern military technology or military projects. So this is how it is basically aligning. The initiative aligns with the essence of public administration, where past, present and future of governance are interconnected. So when we see the temporal dimension of public administration, when you see the question with respect to the scope of public administration, that it is ever evolving, we just need to incorporate this thing. This ever evolving or scope based question on PubEd is one of the key themes in previous year question. So you just need to read this very carefully. Apart from that, आप यहाँ पे देख पाएंगे डेवलपिंग ऑफ इंडिजिनस स्ट्रेटेजिक वोकेबुलरी. सो इफ यू रीड अबाउट हेनरी फ्योल एक्सेट्रास, यू विल फाइंड दैट administrative vocabulary has the you can say source in the military administration. So this is how when we incorporate the military knowledge over here, when we incorporate the ancient wisdom and ancient wisdom in the contemporary military knowledge, it would create a kind of new kind of indigenous strategic vocabulary, and this is what you need to do, and this is what you need to understand in terms of public administration. Okay, so it would create a kind of new kind of terminology and kind of vocabulary that will create that would enrich the discipline of public administration. So you just need to understand that the public administration, when we read about it, there is a discipline part and there is a profession part, or you can say the practical aspect of public administration. So by incorporating or by you can say by linking the things, you can say that discipline would enrich. ओके तो ये भी एनरिच होगा इस इनिशिएटिव से. दिस इज व्हाट यू नीड टू रिलेट. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, यू कैन सी द इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी रिसर्च एंड लीडरशिप सेमिनार प्रोजेक्ट जो होंगे, मतलब प्रोजेक्ट जो उद्भव है वहाँ पे इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी रिसर्च विल टुक प्लेस एंड लीडरशिप सेमिनार एक्सेट्रा. सो दे आर बेसिकली दे आर शोइंग द इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी नेचर ऑफ पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, एंड दिस इज हाउ वी नीड अ काइंड ऑफ, यू कैन जस्ट रिलेट इट विद द पोस्ट NPA मॉडल्स. लाइक इफ यू रीड अबाउट models like whole of the government approach. Whole of the government approach is something where we need to relate different elements or different kind of systems. So this interdisciplinary research would create the kind of synergizing in public administration, and you just need to relate it with that. Apart from that, synergizing is one of the components. So this is some system which is doing that. Apart from that, linking ancient wisdom, as we have seen earlier as well. And apart from that, what you need to understand, that here we are relating the different ideas of ancient wisdom. So specifically the ancient text that were there are Chanakya's Arthashastra. This is also important because if you read Evolution of Indian Administration, Chanakya Arthashastra is something where previous year question are asked, and it is given directly in your syllabus under the, you can say, Mauryan administration or Kautilyan Arthashastra. So just try to remember and relate that yes, we are having this, you can say this is a historical thing, but in current affair what is going on? Project Udbhav. Just try to relate it like this. And if a question is asked on Kautilya Arthashastra under Evolution of Indian Administration, you can write the static portion, but while writing the conclusion or the way forward or the relevance in the current times, don't forget to incorporate this Project Udbhav in the answer in order to fetch more marks. The examiner will definitely reward you with more marks if you do this thing in your answer writing. Apart from that, the second news article, so yesterday on 21st October there was the police commemoration day or police remembrance day. So there were many articles with respect to law and order administration. So one article is on your screen. The article is talking about the specific fact that 188 policemen died in the line of duty over the past year. And if you consider the death toll, or you can say the martyrdom toll of police personnel on the line of duty, it would lead to the figure of 36,250 policemen. So just try to understand and just try to relate and remember this fact, and you can code this thing in your answer writings. So whenever there is a question on law and order administration and the reforms required in law and order administration, you can also incorporate these kind of facts in your answers. Okay. Apart from that, there is a very small news that the Chief Minister of Karnataka announced the hike in the insurance for police. So earlier it was 20 lakh, now 50 lakh. So this is just to relate with the context that yesterday was the Police Remembrance Day, and you just need to relate this police with the idea of this. This article will give you a small knowledge that okay, there is a law and order administration, and this law and order administration would led to the economic development, or you can say how law and order is related to financial administration or economic development. So related judgments, you can quote the kind of related judgments which was this Shaheen Bagh protest was going on, and at that point of time Supreme Court highlighted that these things cannot be, you can say, cannot be done because ultimately they are affecting the economic development of the country. So this is how you just need to relate different units of public administration. Law and order is one unit, and financial administration is another, development administration is yet another unit, but all these things are related with each other. This is how you just need to understand this concept. Apart from that, there is another important news article. Again, this article is important for your public administration from the theoretical point of view. आज काफ़ी आर्टिकल ऐसे हैं जो हमेशा स्टैटिक में आप उन चीज़ों को यूज़ कर सकते हो, and they will definitely enrich your answer writing skills. So here the article is talking about the DOPT. So DOPT, Department of Personnel and Training, they ask the senior officers to promote and advertise 9 years of government achievement. So what happened is that there is a concept and there is a yatra called Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra that will be there from November 20 to January 25, 2024. So this specific Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra have this is a sort of Rath Yatra. Okay, so there will be a kind of Rath and there will be a kind of Yatra, and this Yatra will outreach the Gram Panchayat level. Again, decentralization is there, information dissemination dissemination is there. Okay, fine. So now what you need to understand, that here in this yatra there are some personnel who are called as Rath Prabhari. Who are these Rath Prabhari? These Rath Prabharis are the, you can say, officers, the officials of the government, the senior IAS officers of the rank, you can say even joint secretary, directors, deputy secretary, they will become a sort of Rath Prabhari. So in this yatra they are Rath Prabhari, and what these Rath Prabhari will do, they will promote and advertise. Just read the term, advertise the 9 year of government achievements. Promotion, dissemination is fine, but advertisement is something that creates a kind of criticism. So here you can see the opposition is criticizing. So you just need to know this Rath Prabhari concept or this yatra sort of thing. So what are the arguments in favor and against this specific idea of Rath Yatra and all? So you just need to refer to this Pubedpedia channel, and I used to share the things in a very detailed manner sometimes where the articles are important. So here you can see, आप यहाँ पर आपकी कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन पर देख पा रहे होंगे कि यहाँ पे आर्गुमेंट्स इन फेवर एंड आर्गुमेंट्स इन अगेंस्ट दिए हुए हैं. मैंने यहाँ पे सब्सक्रिप्शन भी ले रखा है टेलीग्राम का प्रीमियम, ताकि आपको पढ़ने में मजा आए. यहाँ पे देखो ग्रीन कलर में यस आर्गुमेंट्स इन फेवर एंड यहाँ पे आर्गुमेंट्स अगेंस्ट. ओके, सो सिंपली यू कैन जस्ट रीड द हेडिंग्स एंड यू विल बी एबल, यू आर गुड टू गो. सो हियर इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन ऑफ गवर्नमेंट अचीवमेंट्स. तो पॉजिटिव क्या है इस चीज का, दैट यहाँ पे इफ यू रीड अबाउट द बेबेरियन ब्यूरोक्रेसी, इवन मैक्स वेबर emphasized on the thing, there is a emphasized on the importance of bureaucracy in delivering services and communicating government policy. तो मैक्स वेबर ने कहा था, तो हम कौन होते हैं क्रिटिसाइज करने वाले. इन दिस वे यू कैन राइट द आर्ग्यूमेंट इन फेवर. ओके, apart from that, ensuring government accountability. So here basically what happen is that there is a kind of open concept, open government phenomena. So it is a kind of ensuring transparency, and apart from that, dissemination of information. So ultimately we are living in the information era. So this is the era of information. Asymmetry should not be there. Information is a kind of oxygen in democracy. These are the keywords that you need to write. So information is a kind of oxygen in democracy. Information is important. Information is you can say important to reduce the entropy in the system. Without information, what will happen is that the system entropy would increase and it would lead to the fall of system, because communication would not be possible, and information led to communication, and communication is important for all the administrative behaviors, that is the decision making, control, command, coordination, leadership, morale, motivation, everything is related to information. So here what happened, that this dissemination of information in information era is important, because then only the panchayat level, you can say that then only the grassroots will become empowered. So information is also empowerment. You need to write this keyword as well. So in this way you can relate the thing with different elements of your public administration. Also, if you want to relate information with the public administration theoretical knowledge, you can always use Chester Bernard, Herbert Simon. Chester Bernard was the foremost, the main thinker, followed by you can say Herbert Simon. Herbert Simon का सीधा सीधा मानना था कि जो decision making होता है, it has two premises, fact premise and value premise. Fact premise is all about information, it is all about fact. So again it is relevant for your decision making. So मैंने पहले ही बता दिया है कि इंफॉर्मेशन इज अल्टीमेटली वी आर इन द इंफॉर्मेशन एरा. इट वाज हाईलाइटेड बाय चेस्टर बर्नार्ड एज वेल एज द हर्बर्ट साइमन, एंड इवन इफ यू लुक एट द इंफॉर्मेशन, it led to communication and all the elements of administrative behavior. What is administrative behavior? Just remember the syllabus. unit 3 administrative behavior है. इसमें क्या क्या पूछा गया या क्या क्या syllabus में लिखा हुआ है? डिसीजन मेकिंग, कंट्रोल, कोऑर्डिनेशन, कमांड, इसके अलावा morale, motivation, leadership, all these things are the part of administrative behavior, and information has the spillover effect on all these administrative behaviors, sir and ma'am. So in this way you just need to relate the things. Apart from that, arguments against the initiative, so simply you can just understand that it is against the you can say politics administration dichotomy propounded by Woodrow Wilson, the father of public administration. It is against the value, the you can say administrative neutrality. Okay, so this is how you just need to understand, and it is biased toward the political party, so it is creating a pre-poll political agenda, etc. So you just need to remember that it is a kind of politicization of bureaucracy. You just need to use these keywords. Overburdening of bureaucracy, because bureaucracy is already overburdened with multiple tasks. It is a kind of, if you read the previous year question of public administration, they relate this bureaucrat or the IAS with the kind of tortoise who have all the weight over the back. So just try to understand that the steel frame bureaucracy, the bureaucracy, the IAS who are the steel frame, they are overburdened, and there is a kind of a bending in this bureaucracy. There are articles regarding the same, but here you can simply relate and use those keywords in order to highlight this problem. Apart from that, questioning the separation of powers. So simply in the constitutional morality we have the separation of powers. This is the basic structure of the constitution as well. This is the part of DPSP under article 50 of the Indian constitution as well. But here this specific judgment, this specific initiative, the Rath Pravari concept, is against the separation of power, and it is against the very spirit of basic structure as well as the constitutional morality. So in this way you can relate this article with PubEd paper 1, paper 2, Indian administration and public administration theories. Apart from that, the another important article is about the earthquake system. So here, as you know, that the last unit of your PubEd paper 2, that is significant issues in Indian administration, talks about disaster management, and here we came across this specific word called as multiplets. Okay, so just remember this thing. So what happened, that in normal earthquake there is a kind of you can say earthquake followed by different aftershocks. So aftershocks or the tremors of the earthquake, but generally these tremors or the aftershock or the main shock, they are kind of, you can say, in the intensity that जो earlier जो main होगा वो सबसे ज़्यादा intensity का होगा, followed by the smaller intensity, tremors, aftershock, main shock, etc. Okay, so ऐसा pattern रहता है. But here this multiplet is something where the magnitude of different earthquake is equal. Okay, is almost equal. All those 4 earthquake in the short span of a week in this Herat, Afghanistan, they are of the same magnitude, around 6.3. so this is concept of multiplet. You just need to remember this system, and you just need to remember the cause for your interview as well as for your public administration, where you can use this thing in the answers. Apart from that, there is another topic called pioneer of microfinance. So this is also important for your public administration, because in PubEd you have this unit called development administration, and if you read about development administration has this microfinance, self-help group, etc. So from that point of view you just need to remember this microfinance thing. And here the Nobel Prize winner of 2006, banker of the poor, Muhammad Yunus, he came across this concept. He came up with this concept called this Grameen Bank with the vision of 3 zeros, that is zero poverty, zero unemployment, and zero net carbon emission. Here this article, microfinance, is, as I have already told you, it is relevant with your development administration. And at the same time, here this specific paragraph, if you read this paragraph, it is saying that this Muhammad Yunus, he was not in the favor of shunning the capitalism. So he used to say that capitalism by its structure is a kind of exploitative concept, and we can't shun it out. And capitalists are not, they should not be blamed. Ultimately the system is like that only, and what we need is the humanization of capitalism. So you just need to understand that when it comes to development administration, there is a concept of human development, and he was talking about humanizing the capitalism, humanizing the humanization of capitalism, so that the inequality can be reduced and social justice and social equality can be ensured. You just need to remember this humanizing of capitalism. And while writing about new public management and while writing about the LPG reforms in Indian administration, you can conclude by using this thing that what we need is the stakeholder capitalism or humanistic capitalism as highlighted by Muhammad Yunus. I hope you are getting that how you should relate and how you should use the current affair articles in your static questions. Okay, so this is how you can basically use this thing. And also this article is talking about social business, so you can also relate, you can use this social business concept in your answers. Okay, and basically in PubEd, in this magazine, the PubEdpedia magazine that I am providing you, there are two application of current affair in PubEd. First application is simply you can use those things as the example in the static question, and or for that matter in other question, just use as example. The second kind of application is the kind of, you can say, where you get direct question. For example, this article you might get direct question from microfinance. Okay, so when it comes to the topic which are directly given in the syllabus or that are very, you can say, application part of the syllabus, the second domain came into picture in a, you can say, in a more dominant manner. Okay, it will dominate and it will come, you can say, in a more specific manner, because direct question could be asked, but sometimes direct question cannot be asked. So from that article you just need to write the specific example. Okay, and for example, this article here, they will not ask you that compare the budget of India and USA, but this specific example you can use in your answers, that okay, in US budget deficit is 23%, and while comparing Indian administration with USA, you can also write this as the financial comparison of financial administration, because syllabus has this comparative public administration, and in the previous year questions are being asked on this specific topic, both in PubEd paper 2 as well as in PubEd paper 1 as well as in your GS paper 2, because comparing constitution is a part of GS 2 as well. So just try to remember some sort of facts to quote in the example. Okay, so this is it for the day. Thank you so much. I hope this will help you in your preparation, and if you like the initiative, you can simply go to the Telegram. You can follow the link given in the description. You can join the Telegram and you will be able to read the important articles here on this Telegram channel. Okay, thank you so much.